But the important thing when choosing MLC versus SLC is to have the right...
To help you choose the right technology for your solid-state drive application, Brian Kumagai, Senior Business Development Manager, NAND Flash, Toshiba America Electronic Components, Inc., will review the endurance attributes of SSDs.
Another aspect of matching the right storage technology to the right application is drive endurance, or life expectancy. The intended application and drive endurance are important factors to consider when selecting a solid-state drive. MLC NAND drives are rated for a smaller number of write cycles than SLC NAND-based drives, but the important thing when choosing MLC versus SLC is to have the right technology for the right application. The performance characteristics of MLC NAND, when used with an appropriate memory controller, offer the right mix of cost and performance to satisfy today's demanding storage requirements for applications such as mobile PCs and gaming systems. To evaluate endurance requirements, Toshiba gathered data on typical PC storage usage for both average and heavy users. Based on this analysis, we expect MLC NAND flash-based SSDs to exceed market requirements for cost, capacity, speed, reliability, and longevity. Today, hard disk drives are expected to last 3 to 5 years, and MLC NAND-based SSDs match this requirement. To take a closer look, in the Toshiba usage model study, typical users wrote approximately 1.4 gigabytes per day, and heavy users wrote about 5.2 gigabytes per day. Further analysis showed that autosave and hibernation features could increase total data written per day to 2.4 gigabytes for the typical user and 9.2 gigabytes for heavy users. To even begin to approach the typical endurance limit of 128 gigabyte MLC NAND-based SSD with wear leveling technology, a user would have to write approximately 80 terabytes or 80 trillion bytes of data over the expected 5-year life of the drive. And that's equal to approximately 44 gigabytes of new data per day, every day for 5 years. That's enough to fill 9 DVDs or 64 CDs daily, and even with right amplification, autosave, and hibernation, that's several times more data per day than even the heaviest users wrote in the study. Other industry studies have also shown that the average daily write volume in gigabytes written by PC users is well within the projected MLC write endurance and is typically less than 20 gigabytes per day. Using the 44 gigabyte daily limit, Toshiba compared MLC versus SLC endurance at various drive capacities. As capacity increases, wear leveling technology spreads the data over a larger area, so the amount of data that can be written per day also increases. If a user were to write 44 gigabytes of data every day, the 128 gigabyte MLC drive would not reach its typical endurance limit for 5 years. For a 256 gigabyte MLC drive, the average daily write volume increases to 88 gigabytes for 5 years, and for a 512 gigabyte MLC drive, it increases to 176 gigabytes per day. In comparison, a 256 gigabyte SLC drive, with its higher number of write cycles, would write a terabyte every day for 5 years within its endurance limit. This example demonstrates that the endurance limit of an MLC solid-state drive is so far beyond the likely usage of a typical mobile computer user that it isn't a realistic cause for concern. Again, it's about matching the right technology to the application. And PC users who write a great deal of data can choose a higher capacity MLC drive without requiring the additional expense of an SLC drive.
As you have seen in this presentation, the endurance of Toshiba MLC SSDs make them well suited to serving the demands of mobile computing. For more information about Toshiba SSDs, contact an authorized sales office, distributor, or representative near you.